Okay, before the video starts, in the description is a link to a Google Drive folder, which you can see here. All you have to do is you can just download any individual mod you want, or if you want to have the whole mod pack, just click this download all button. It will prepare your download, zip it, do everything. And then I'm going to ask you to leave the site or something, but once you click that, it will pop up right here. It might look like it's done, like it does right here, but sometimes it just takes another minute or so. And my OBS isn't letting me record my desktop right now, but anyways, I'm going to have a picture on the screen. You're just going to right click the mod folder. Once you drag it to your desktop or whatever, press extract all and press extract. And once it extracts, you should have the mod folder as just a normal folder on your desktop. You can open it up, and inside there you're going to have all the mods you want, and you can just drag them into your mods folder. Oh, and also this probably goes without saying, but just in case, you need Minecraft Forge to run these mods, and these are all 1.8.9. So if you want to know how to download Minecraft Forge or whatever, look it up. I don't really know. I mean, sure, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I don't feel like putting a bunch of time in the video showing how to download these things, so just look it up. But yeah, I'm just going to go through all these mods in alphabetical order. There's probably going to be timestamps either in the pinned comment or description or something. I'll figure it out. Oh, and I'm just going to very briefly go over all these. You can look up all the tutorials for them online if you need more, or just ask in the comments, and I'll try to help. Starting off, we have the 5zig mod, which is one of the major mods in this. It's the HUD and everything. So if you look up here, like this, all of this stuff up here, this is 5zig. And to customize everything, you're going to go to Options and the 5zig mod. And from here, you can make it bigger, smaller, but the main thing you want to do is customize display, and here's where you can change your modules, and then in here you can go to settings, change all the items. It's pretty self-explanatory, and there are a bunch of things like capes and friends and stuff, but mostly everything you're gonna have is in customize display and maybe display options. So next we have AutoGG, which is pretty self-explanatory. It just says GG automatically after every game for karma, which really doesn't do anything, but it's just for fun. To customize it, you do /AutoGG, and then you can toggle it to turn it on or off. Or you can also put the delay in seconds. So now after a game, it will wait 2 seconds before it says GG, but I just do 0. So then the second the game ends, it says GG. Next, we have AutoTip, which if you don't have MVP++, and even if you do, it's pretty helpful. It just automatically, whenever you're online, it tips everyone that has network boosters, which gets you a bunch of free coins and a free network level XP. And there's some customization. You just do /AutoTip. And you can look at your stats, info, like you can look at your stats, look how much you've done today. I just got on, so not very much. You can do AutoTip messages just to toggle what type of messages you want to send. Like right now, mine, I'm pretty sure they're compact. It just says, you tipped Thyrolin and Warlords, but you can also just turn them off completely, etc. So next we have the Behind You mod, which is one of my favorite mods. Basically, you can set a key in your controls. For me, it is R, or basically whenever you hold it down, wait, where is it? Right at the bottom. It's right at the bottom. Whenever you hold down this button, you look behind you. For me, it's R. So whenever I'm running, when I hold down R, I look at my face. So I can look behind me at the click of a button. You don't have to press F5. And it also is nice because when you're looking forward, instead of having to press F5 twice, you just tap R and it puts you back automatically. Next up, we have the block overlay mod, which you can do by /block overlay. It's basically just when you look at blocks when you're in survival mode. It's not. So if I head over to one of my worlds, if you look at these blocks, you can see there's this faint, or not even faint, there's this purple outline around it. And you can do /block overlay, and you can change how wide you want it to be. You know, you can have it slightly wider and noticeable, or you can have it, you know, smaller. You can see it right in front of you too. So I use 2. These are my settings. I use red 136, green 0, blue 255, and alpha. And if you aren't sure what these means, this is RGB, and then alpha is just the transparency. So the lower alpha is the less transparent it, or the more transparent it is. You can also turn on chroma, ignore depth so you can see through blocks, and then you can change the mode like this. And I'm not sure what persistent is, but I don't feel like looking it up. Next up is memory fix, which is basically just memory fix just optimizes your Minecraft RAM so you don't have to restart your game as often, and it doesn't freeze as often if you start running out of RAM. Not any commands or anything to do with it, just overall optimizes. Now we have name history. So the name history mod, you can do /namehistory. So the name history mod, you can set up some hotkeys. For me, if you look at a player and press the T button, then it'll tell you their history. So if I find someone right here, if I press the T button, it shows me all their name history and when they changed it. Alright, then we have NickHider, which is a mod I use very, very frequently. So right now, as you can see, I'm nicked. if I go ahead and join a game, you can see it just says purple. It completely hides my nick. But if I do /NickHider toggle, now you can see my nick. It really is helpful for streamers or any people that record, but also you can just use it in general so it shows your name instead of a random nick. And now the settings for this are NickHider, and then you have toggle, skin, self, and pseudo. So toggle obviously just turns the mod on or off. Skin, if you do /NickHider skin, it toggles whether or not you see skins. So if you turn it off, then everyone does Steve or an Alex skin, so it completely hides those. If you do /NickHider self, it hides everyone else's name. So if I join a game real quick, now everyone just has player dash and then a random word. So yeah, now you can't even tell who anyone is in the game. And if you /NickHider pseudo, you can kind of change the seed. So you can just type like 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. And it'll change what the names are. So if you and someone else are playing together, then you can both type in the same, number here, and you can both see player maintainer is this guy. That's mainly just for if you're playing with someone else and you want to both see the same person, so you can communicate like, oh, player container is coming to our base or whatever. All right, next up we have Optifine, which is a very, very common mod. It basically just helps your game run faster, and you can change a control. For me, it is C right here to zoom. So when I hold down C, it just zooms in. This is what you see when YouTubers zoom in a lot. And it just overall optimizes your game. And there's some other settings and video settings that are slightly more like customizable, so you can change brightness and stuff a little better. Now I have Orange's 1.7 animations, which basically lets you eat and punch at the same time, but not actually. So if I go ahead and lose some hunger real quick by just running around, okay, there you go. And now when I have this thing on, when I eat, I can punch the ground like that. That's what you see me doing. And then when I can block at the ground, but I'm not actually breaking the ground. It's just purely cosmetic. I'm not actually breaking this block. Because what happened is in 1.7, you actually could do this, and a lot of people just find it more satisfying or enjoyable to play with this. Next up, we have Orange's simple mods, which you can toggle by doing /simple config. I believe this could be wrong, but this is just some other quick things. You can enable some stuff kind of similar to 5-zig. The main thing I use this for is toggle sprint. So it just enables toggle sprint upon start, and it shows a purple sprinting at the bottom left. So if you look down here, whenever I have toggle sprint on, it shows a purple sprinting. And what that is, basically you can set a key so that whenever you hold down W, you're automatically sprinting. If I turn it off, you can see the sprinting goes away, and I'm just walking. But when I turn it on, I sprint. It's a lot easier for when you're fighting someone and you constantly have blocks in front of you. You just instantly, the second you hop up, you're sprinting, so you don't waste too much time. And next up, we have the particle mod, which you can toggle by hitting the right shift button. And this is just a multiplier of how many particles you see when you either get criticals or sharpness hits. I usually keep it on 4 to 5 times, or you could go crazy and turn it all the way up. I'm going to turn it all the way up to really exaggerate its effects. You can see when I'm punching Delivery Man, there's significantly more particles than there would normally be, and I can just turn it all the way up to 100 and just go crazy. Next up, we have Replay Mod, which is a really cool mod you can use to, Next up, we have Replay Mod, which is a really cool mod you can use for really, like, cinematic, cool-looking shots like you're seeing right now. It's very complicated to use. I would highly recommend looking up a tutorial, but basically, you just change some settings in it, and whenever you're on a server, it's automatically recording the entire world, which sounds like it would lag you, but it doesn't. And then you can just disconnect, and you go to this replay viewer. You can look at all your recordings, and you can like look through all the footage, make stuff. But again, if you want to use this and you want to make cool cinematic videos, I would highly recommend looking up a tutorial. Next, we have the Simple AFK mod. Simple AFK mod basically means if someone messages you, then it automatically messages back that you're AFK and the reason why. So if I typed in /AFK eating dinner, it says you are now AFK. So if I tell Chasm to message me, and then he messages me back, it'll automatically say that I'm AFK and that I'm eating dinner. As you can see, it says I'm currently AFK, reason is eating dinner. So if you're just away or you don't want people to bother you, sometimes what I do is I do /AFK do not disturb, so people know that like I'm busy or I'm doing something where I can't really talk. And to turn it off, you do /AFK cancel. And next we have ToggleChat mod, which is a very cool mod for toggling certain chats that you don't want to see on. So if you do /TC, you can look in here and it shows all these different things you can disable. Like I've disabled the Soulwell, and I think lobby joins. Yes, so when MVP Plus is joined, I don't see it. You can just turn off all stuff. Friend requests, separators, spectator chat, all the stuff that you want to turn off. I might actually turn off Bed Wars chat soon. But, you know, it's just really nice for just clearing out some of the clutter in the chat, like advertisements, I'm pretty sure you can do. Alright, and then we have the Vanilla Enhancements mod, which you can customize by do /en-config, and then there's a bunch of stuff you can change. You can just look through this all later, but that's how you do it. And last but not least, windowed full screen mod. This is a lot more helpful if you have multiple monitors like I do. Basically, right now, the game is technically windowed, because in a full screen game, if you're unaware, if you have multiple monitors, and you try to go off to another monitor, it just doesn't let you. It goes right here, and it doesn't go any further. But with windowed full screen, what you can do is it looks like it's in full screen to me. I can't tell a difference. But actually, right over to my left is another monitor. I can just move my mouse and it just goes all the way across, and now I'm accessing my other monitor. It's mostly helpful for that. I don't know what other uses it has, but that's personally what I use it for. And yeah, those are all the mods I use, all 17 of them. Some of them I don't use very much, some of them I use a lot. But yeah, if you want to learn more about them, you can look up each respective mod. Almost all of them have, YouTube links about them, and a lot of the other ones are just very self-explanatory. If you have any questions, comment them. I'll try to answer them. No promises if there's a bunch of them, though, because that's a lot of comments. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Download link is in the description for Google Drive. You do need Forge. A reminder that you do need Forge. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.